For years, Milwaukee has seen a rise in youth violence. This year alone, almost 20 kids have been killed from gun violence. But there's an unusual duo trying to turn the tide by hosting conversations between troubled youth and ex-convicts. CBS 58's Yukari Nakayama has tonight's special report.
I was gangbanging. I've been a gang member since I was 13. You know, I was a gang member, from 13. That was my identity. That was my life.
Trouble found David Morrell at a young age, so much so that by the age of 17, he was in prison.
You can call it peer pressure, but for me, I felt alive. The little Christian square David now had people who didn't judge me because I was dark-skinned, who didn't judge me because I couldn't talk that well.
But after 20 years inside, Morrell stepped outside with a new perspective and a drive to help young men, like 13-year-old Perry Perkins.
My mother has been shot at. My brother, he has been shot. It's a lot of violence.
And 14-year-old Norman Rhodes Jr.
My cousin died from gun violence. A couple of my friends died.
Every first Wednesday of the month, Morrell and Pastor Virginia Pratt sit here at the Elma Center on the north side and listen to young men like Perkins and Rhodes in hopes of keeping them from following in Morrell's footsteps.
Ain't no mercy in the justice system, man. It's just justice. That's all the system care about.
Perkins, who is only in 7th grade, was brought to the sessions by his mother because of his fighting habits in school, which led to suspensions.
Like, people see it at school, or like you get recognition for it.
Rhodes Jr., who was caught skipping school, was brought by his father, Norman Rhodes.
My uncle had died, and then my dad went to jail, so it was really like I didn't have no role model.
Who is one of the ex-cons to sit in these sessions.
I know I'm inspired to, for him not to end up in a cell. I'm inspired for our youth not to end up in a cell.
Rhodes Sr. has been in and out of jail since he was a teenager. He's been home from prison since October of 2022.
I got sentenced to 16 years in prison 2 days after turning 19.
When he heard Norman Jr. was making bad choices like playing hooky, Dad was determined to save his son.
The cause and effects of this stuff is unmeasurable.
But I learned something in prison.
These ex-cons, all friends of Morrell, are part of Expo Wisconsin, short for Ex-Incarcerated People Organizing. Their purpose, to use their experiences to guide others away from incarceration.
The day I was arrested, this is the shirt I had on. This is my official Cub Scout shirt, G. Or my Boy Scout shirt.
A lot of times people live by testimonies. So if you have heard the sad, the hurtful stuff that's going on out here, he'll be able to help them say, hey, teach them a different way to go.
In Milwaukee, at least 17 people under the age of 18 have died from gunfire since the beginning of this year, and more than 100 other kids have been injured. Morrell believes violence within youth has gone as brutal as it has because of the lack of conflict and resolution skills.
A lot of the stuff going on in Milwaukee, violence related, is not just I woke up today, I'm gonna go shoot somebody. That's not Milwaukee. A lot of stuff going on is retaliatory.
Which is one of the most important skills the sessions aim to teach.
I want them to get it, because I understand what's at stake.
Because Morrell knows exactly what these kids can lose and how one mistake from being in the wrong place with the wrong people can change the trajectory of one's life forever. Morrell says these sessions have only been going on for about 6 months, but hopes one piece of advice sticks, that their lives matter.
You have to value you. Because one thing I found, all my friends when I went to jail didn't value me.
In Milwaukee, Yukari Nakayama, CBS 58 News.